Buying a debt is one thing, but the ability to leverage and mitigate that debt is quite another. Today, I continue the five-step series titled Five Steps to Buy, Leverage, and Mitigate Debt. And those five steps that we will be looking at relates to financial projection, corporate culture, team dynamics, market analytics, last but not least, is debt management strategies. So far, we have looked at two of those systems. We have looked so far at financial projection as a means to buy, leverage, and mitigate debt. We've also looked at the corporate culture and the impact that the corporate culture will have on buying, leveraging, and mitigating debt. Today, we continue that process and we will be looking at team dynamics and team management as relates to buying, leveraging, and mitigating debt. The success of your business and your brand will depend on you having the right team dynamics. It doesn't matter how good you are as a sole trader, there's going to be some limit to what you can accomplish as a sole trader. So if you really want to leapfrog your business and leapfrog your brand and significantly up level the cash flowing potential of the operation, and more so, be in a better position to cash flow that debt by knowing how to leverage it and mitigating that debt, you would need a team. And some of the key players that you need in your team, you need to have players like the project manager. Why is the project manager so important? The project manager in most cases is the person who develops that vision. They develop the business strategic plan, the business plan. And it is by developing the business plan, you're able to see the beginning, the end, and the in between to make that business a success. The project manager is just like a building contractor. The building contractor do not start working. The professional ones do not start building the building unless you have the builder's plan drawing. The project manager do not start managing the business unless he has his business strategic plan. You see, the business strategic plan is what literally enables you to understand what is the short and long-term vision of the organization. It helps you to understand the key human resources to move the process forward. It helps you to understand the key technical resources to move the project forward. It also helps you to understand the key capital resources to move that project forward. So you can never underscore the importance of having the project manager. Some of the other players you would need in your team is marketing and management. You need a competent marketing manager. Why? Because the marketing manager is the one who will be able to go to the ground to get primary market data as it relates to your specific target market. To successfully build a business and to build a brand, it's important to understand who you're targeting. The best persons to extract that information is the marketing manager. They understand the importance of research. They understand the importance of aligning productivity to primary research data because they're able to clearly identify your target market, identify their needs, wants, and expectations, lifestyle, culture, and social class. They're able to identify the size of that market. And from the size of the market, you can then predetermine the potential of the market for cash flow. They're able to identify your competition. They're able to identify gaps. They're able to identify niche. And they're able to educate the business process how it can move forward to distinguish itself from anyone else in the market. Do you have this type of team dynamics within your organization when you're buying debt? From Global Capital Inc. perspective, we believe that it's important for you to understand this. Whether you're buying a a debt from the debt capital market, whether you're using equity capital, whether you're using credit capital or smart capital, you need to understand how to buy, leverage, and mitigate that. In the absence of having the right team dynamics, it's going to significantly undermine the potential of the business, the cash flow, debt. So far, we've only looked at two team players. We've looked at the project manager. We've looked at the marketing manager. But how about the HR manager? How important is the HR manager in relation to managing that debt process? The HR manager has a critical role to play, not only in selection, in recruitment, selection, and placement. They have a tremendous role to play in training. They have a tremendous role to play in staff motivation. Let's talk about staff motivation. If you're buying a debt and you have a demotivated workforce, what's likely to happen? Do you think it's going to increase the performance of the staff and by extension increase productivity and by extension increase profitability? Certainly, that would not happen. So personnel has a key role to play in ensuring that you're attracting the right team players at the strategic, tactical, and operational level to the organization, and that you have all of the key incentives, all right, to ensure that your team are motivated. You want to bring your team to the point where they're self-motivated. Do you have your corporate culture that speaks about blanket workplace self-actualization? With these type of culture being looked at by the HR manager, you're most likely to have the highly motivated workforce that are self-motivated. So from a financial perspective, all of these factors play a tremendous role in how you, when you buy that debt, how you leverage that debt, and how you mitigate that debt. So for us from Global Capital Inc., when we work with a client to help them to understand the best ways to buy, leverage, and mitigate debt, we look at all of these different issues and so much more. All right, so much more. So I trust that you will. Today we've only looked at three of the team dynamics. Of course, depending on the size and nature of your business, it will predetermine the team players that you need. We will be happy to interface with you as entrepreneurs to help you to really build out the unique team players to move your business, to move your brands to local, regional, and international level. Today, again, we looked at the importance of the project manager, we look at the importance of the marketing manager, and we look at the importance of the HR manager. These are just some of the key players that you need in your team. I trust again you would have enjoyed today's podcast. Today we look at the importance of team dynamics when it comes to buying, leveraging, and mitigating debt. Debt mitigation is something that is important. The next two topics that we're going to be looking at is market analytics and debt management strategies. And you don't want to miss out on this because what we're talking about is really understanding, helping you to understand how to up level the cash flow potential when you buy debt. And once you buy debt, the last element is how to mitigate the debt. All right, how to manage the debt system in such a way that one, you understand how to manage your debt life cycle. And by managing your debt life cycle, you're in a better position to manage your debt costs, regardless of how high the interest rate is. You're able to manage that process in a very strategic way. By able to put yourself in a position of strength to accomplish these two things, you're able to gain the equity in your asset much earlier, and that literally will give you greater equity leverage. Equity leverage is what will help you to be able to build tremendous amount of wealth. And the key focus of us here is putting you in a position to, one, understand the body of knowledge, apply this body of knowledge, and master this body of knowledge where you're significantly up-leveling the cash flow potential of your business. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the multiple best-selling author of 7 books, including Billionaire Codes and Managers Toolkit. My new book titled 10x Branding and Marketing, The Psychology of Doing Business is going to be out very soon. It's a very unique book. If you're in business and you want to know how to build a better business, how to build a better brand, how to build your business to achieve local, regional, and international impact, this is the book for you. That book is titled 10x Branding and Marketing, The Psychology of Doing Business. A beautiful book. All right, I want to say to you, we're in a period of COVID-19, and I encourage you to be smart, protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and protect those around you. I want to encourage you to do everything you can do to build your immune system. All right, make it your life purpose. Build up your immune system. Ensure that those closest to you are also building up their immune system. That's one way in which you could fight against the novel coronavirus. Be smart. See you in the next broadcast. So just before I go, I want to encourage you, if this information is useful to you, I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. You will be certainly helping me to, you know, bring more attention to the brand and optimize the algorithm and ensure that we're reaching more persons. Be blessed, be safe. See you in the next broadcast.